So Dalton's former top cop exposes Mayor Tiffany Hender's alleged misuse of police detail. We just heard Ricky Smiley Jr., Jebediah, say that allegedly, she was up in the daggone jail cell hanging out with the criminals. Shout out to my new video on Messy Reacts. Make sure y'all subscribe and watch that video. Saying that he said that she was allegedly messing around with people in the daggone prison. She was running around here using the daggone police car, using people's GUNs or holding on to it. This sounds crazy. We here for it. So let's see. This is the cop that they're talking about. So he was on deck anyway, so we might as well go straight to him. Let's hear what he got to say. Child, y'all, make sure you hit that GD like button, subscribe if you are new.
We needed those officers to be on. We needed those officers to be on the street fighting crime. And instead, we have several officers that are riding around protecting the mayor.
The former police chief in South Suburban Dalton is speaking out for the first time to just one station about Mayor Tiffany Henyard's controversial police security detail and how it impacted his ability to fight crime.
Last year, a Fox 32 investigation showed how that detail is taking officers off the street and costing taxpayers thousands of dollars in overtime. Dane Placco continues his investigation, exclusively talking to the former top cop who tried to put a stop to it.
The manpower was just very stressed and critical to the point of almost breaking.
Former Dalton Police Chief Robert Collins spoke to us from Florida, where he's taken a new job after being fired by Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Oh, no, he went to Florida. That's not allowed. He went to racist-ass Florida. How could you do this?
Dalton Police Chief Robert Collins spoke to us from Florida, where he's taken a new job after being fired by Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard late last year. But Collins says he remains frustrated by what he experienced leading an undermanned, overworked police department, while Mayor Henyard demanded a large personal security detail.
You know, wrong is wrong, and there's a time to hold people responsible and accountable for their actions.
Last year, a Fox 32 investigation followed Henyard's detail as Dalton police officers drove her from morning till night, often to her.
Is she Joe damn Biden? Is she old damn Obama? Is she Donald damn Trump? Have y'all ever been somewhere when the president comes through? They shut everything down. Who the hell does she think she is? Y'all, I know we already seen it and know it, but to revisit this and to see it in action again, we saw this way back when. We kind of revisit in the past because this has gotten so out of hand. We've been talking about this for a while. This woman, child, if she don't think she Nino Brown, then I don't know who does. That's why she dressed up as him. She gonna be like, oh, I was trying to do Martin.
Leave me. Get the fuck out.
That's probably how she do the daggone meetings.
You're incapable of running this shit. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
I believe she does.
Because y'all got false narratives out there, and y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power.
Child.
Her second taxpayer-funded job as Thornton Township Supervisor in South Holland. Through an open records request, we found the officers assigned to Henyard racking up hundreds of hours of overtime, costing taxpayers tens of thousands of dollars.
But at some point, there would be 2 officers or 3 officers, and depending on if there was some type of event, it would be more officers.
That's for a town of a little more than 20,000 people that's struggling economically and usually only has a few officers on duty per shift. Collins says Henyard's security detail was warranted when it started in 2021 after a police-involved shooting sparked protests and threats.
That, I believe, is Kara Wilson's daughter. Apologies, I can't remember her first name. Asia, maybe? I'm sorry, I don't know. And then they went to her house And then they was protecting her in front of her house, like her personal home. And that's where they are right there. And then that was a few years ago. So hasn't given it up yet, allegedly, it looks like. I want to know if that lady who we saw on camera where the people went and pew-pewed over at her house and she said she couldn't get a police report. I want to know if she got a police report yet. Because they too busy following this ass around. Pause. Thank you, Paul Cousins. Alexis, rest in peace. Alexis Wilson, yes. Thank you so much. Child.
And at some point, the protest stopped. However, the detail continued.
And it grew in size and scope. Collins says Henyard frequently uses the officers as her personal valets.
Officers would be sent out to run errands, to do pickups.
And the mayor's detail racked up thousands of dollars in travel expenses, accompanying Henyard on her many trips out of town.
Why do you need a security detail while you're out of town? Who's on the other end of that flight that's going to do harm?
Collins says he became increasingly frustrated because the mayor's detail tied his hands when it came to fighting crime. Just last week, a mass shooting on Sibley Boulevard left 4 people injured. Collins believes the bad guys know there aren't enough cops on Dalton's streets.
The infamous AutoZone incident, anyone? We already know. I say that all the time. Even in Philly, they over here saying, oh, we all gonna be over here. Well, then the criminals is gonna be over there. Why y'all be announcing stuff like that? Nobody has enough policemen. Pittsburgh only got 2 people overnight, so you better really need them because they ain't coming. Daggone freaking Philly said, you ain't even got to be in shape, child. As long as you can do 3 jumping jacks, we take your ass, all right? Whoo, Lord, 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 help your people.
Take me to the King. Truth is, I'm tired.
But Village of Dalton has its challenges with gangs, guns, and drugs. And if those officers aren't there, the visibility isn't there. And if the visibility isn't there, then criminals have free reign.
When we tried to ask Mayor Henyard about her use of the detail last year, we were stopped by Village Administrator Keith Freeman. Mayor, mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Indicted Keith Freeman. Allegedly lying Keith Freeman about his money.
It's about your security detail.
Absolutely not.
I'm asking her.
Yeah, she says no.
Collins says he got the same cold shoulder when he tried to tell Freeman about the problems the mayor's detail was creating.
And it more or less was, these are the orders. This is what you have to do.
Last week, Collins filed a civil lawsuit against the Village of Dalton for wrongful termination, saying he was fired by the mayor without cause and without board approval.
Shout out to him. For filing that lawsuit, the woman that filed it, and everyone else that's filing these damn lawsuits, and like, oh Lordy Lord said he's smart to get out of Dalton. Yep, down there in racist ass Florida, but he better off down there with those racists than over here with his own. That's crazy. This is half damn crazy. And yet, she's want to say, I'm a black woman.
Because y'all got false narratives out there, and y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power.
Because his wife is friends with some of the mayor's perceived political enemies.
And our contention is that it is illegal.
Did he do anything wrong?
No. Chief Collins, any position that he's ever been in is a policeman's policeman. He held the rank of chief, but he's a patrolman at heart.
But it is frustrating to see the officers used like that. And I'm sure the officers are frustrated too, but they following orders.
In Dalton, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
And we did send a list of questions to the Dalton mayor's office to allow them to...
Child, y'all be wasting your time with that. They ain't going to be answering no questions. They ain't going to be giving no callbacks. They ain't doing none of that. But at least they tried. So shout out to y'all for that. That's half damn crazy. Good luck to Mr. Collins, child, because if anybody probably needs it, just imagine if he can verify what we just heard Jebediah say. Because it ain't going to be hard to figure out whether Big Tiff was visiting people in the jailhouse, child. They got records and they got cameras. That's all I'm saying. Let's go back.
We do not care.